Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
The new tenants thought that the amenities were also up to par, which is untrue.
Well, good evening, and thank you so much for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Annette Montgomery. Now we know tenants in Avon Place have gone through some struggles. We have Celine Arif with the latest on what's going on there.
For the first time, we are going inside the apartments that folks who live here say have all kinds of problems and health hazards. Let's take a look inside.
We told them to move it when we came in because they were arrested.
Kwame Appiah lived here for a few years and says he moved in with a laundry list of maintenance issues.
The main concern was the carpet. When I was coming in, they told me they were going to change the carpet. And it's 3 years now. Nobody did anything about it.
Stained carpets, water damage, unfinished paint jobs, no HVAC maintenance, and deteriorating wood on his balcony. Him and his neighbors say enough is enough.
And nobody cared.
But their frustrations haven't been enough to get a meeting with the building owner. Union leader Hannah Schreier says the owner called her and canceled the meeting. She says he's upset with them publicly speaking about their apartment issues, but she says the only reason they're sharing these living conditions is to get some changes made around here.
I just continued to maintain that that's what we were there to do. We weren't there to do anything else other than have a respectful and productive relationship.
With the meeting off the table, people on the property showed us for the first time these issues they've been dealing with, like the mold growth from one home that was painted over, and what looks like mold in Tammy Sampiri's kitchen. When she requested the property to fix it, she says she was told.
One of the maintenance workers here stated that it wasn't mold, it was just dirt, and I just needed to, clean it off or paint it.
And it's not just the inside of the units. Potholes, deteriorating sidewalks, and cracks in the road are also an issue union members are fighting to fix. Rhonda Harrington says that's the reason she has these bruises today.
I tripped and I fell completely down on my knees, my head, everything.
She's still recovering from that fall that she says wouldn't have happened if the road cracks were maintained in the first place.
If I had hit my head harder, I might not even be here right now.
Fox 61 didn't find anyone at the property office to speak with, and we did call them for a comment, but nobody answered the phone, and the voicemail was full. For now, union members say they're not giving up and will continue trying to meet with the building owner, despite him canceling their meeting that was supposed to be on September 25th. Now, these are not all the reasons behind why the union was formed. They also shared with me that amenities like the pool, playground, and gym are either broken or run down. Reporting in Avon, Celine Arif, Fox 61.
Thank you, Celine. And while our crews were there today filming this story, our reporter and 3 union members stumbled upon 2 swastikas when they were going to the management office. Take a look at this. Those symbols appear to have been spray painted sometime between 6 last night and 6 this morning. The property also had other spray painted signs, according to union members, that said the word sold. Union members tell us the property owner was looking to sell the building recently. They say they're shaken up and have no idea who would do something so hateful.
We obviously condemn all hate crimes. I myself am Jewish. Tobias is Jewish. My grandparents survived Auschwitz and Mauthausen. And we're just horrified. This is an attack on tenant union members who are Jewish, on tenant union leadership, on the owners and the potential buyer. That is absolutely horrific.
And Avon police tell us this is under investigation. Anyone with any information is asked to call them. Well, Joel Kaiser was not in court today after he was detained by ICE. The 18-year-old is accused of losing control of his car on I-91 in Enfield and slamming into 2 state troopers. 5 people, including Kaiser, went to the hospital. A judge has already reduced his bond after his public defender argued he had no record and the weather played a big role in that crash. Homeland Security confirmed Kaiser is in the country illegally after coming from Ecuador in 2023, and ICE has placed a detainer for his arrest. And at the same time, ICE is now working to keep a violent offender off the streets in Connecticut. Federal agents filed an arrest detainer for Ludwig Carius Interiano after he's accused of sexually assaulting a young woman at knife point while she was jogging in New Haven last month. Investigators say DNA from that attack matches samples from past sexual assault cases out of Texas. ICE says he's been deported twice but returned to the U.S. illegally. Now, if that detainer holds, he will stay behind bars while his case moves forward. And we know it's beautiful weather for the weekend, just in time for the start of fall. So let's do a first check of weather with meteorologist Sam Sampiri. Sam?
Annette, it is going to be a beautiful weekend for the Big E, the Guilford Fair, and all outdoor activities. Check out the preview. Temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s both days. A look at this beautiful shot of New Haven. This is what you're going to get all weekend, with the exception of the temperature. Look, it's 82 degrees still with that northwest wind. You can see temperatures right now are still in the low 80s across New Haven and Bridgeport, but cooling down in Torrington to 71. We have a north and northwest wind. We have high pressure to the north that will dominate our weather. Beautiful for outdoor dining this evening. Temperatures in the 80s, falling through the 70s, and overnight we're down in the upper 40s to near 50. And for tomorrow, bright sun, blue skies with high temperatures reaching the lower 70s. Coming up, yes, I'm going to detail how chilly we'll get for your Saturday night. We'll talk about Sunday and when is the next chance for any significant rains. I'll have the details coming up in a few minutes. Annette?
Thank you so much, Sam. Well, this evening, a man is under arrest after a domestic disturbance at the Vernon Motel. Police say when they arrived on the scene Monday, they found a man and woman in a heated argument while they were entering a vehicle. Officers say they waited by the motel's exit as the truck started to drive off, even jumping an embankment. Police were able to successfully use spike strips to stop the truck. The woman, who police say was assaulted, was able to get to safety, but the driver ran into the woods. Vernon officers and a state police K-9 were able to track him down, and he was taken into custody. Police say he had 6 active protective orders involving the victim. Well, this evening, Prospect Street in Naugatuck is back open after a serious crash shut it down for hours. Now, this happened last night, with police saying it happened around 9:45 near Fulling Mills Deli. 2 cars collided, causing one of them to catch on fire. Both drivers were hurt and taken to nearby hospitals. Police, fire, and EMS crews all responded. DOT also came out to sand the road. Well, neighbors in Torrington had to evacuate a mixed-use building on Michigan Avenue after a fire ripped through it. Crews got the call just after 11:20 and found heavy flames pouring from the 2nd floor and 3rd floor yesterday night. Luckily, everyone did make it out safely. Firefighters had the fire under control in about 40 minutes. 2 firefighters were checked out for minor injuries but later released. Tonight, investigators are still working to find out what started that fire. A West Hartford man is behind bars tonight after police say he violated an active restraining order. Investigators say the charge comes from a February domestic violence case where that man violated a full no-contact restraining order by reaching out to the victim. Jordan Giriard was taken into custody by state police, then transferred to South Windsor Police. He was processed and released on a $5,000 bond. Well, right now, a new London man is being celebrated and honored for his bravery. Police say DeMarcus Green jumped in to stop a violent kidnapping attempt at a restaurant back in April. He even put himself in danger, distracting the suspect long enough for the woman to escape, and eventually police caught that suspect. Green was badly hurt during that struggle, with police saying he will need extensive medical treatment, but his actions saved her life. This week, city leaders gave him a Citizens Award, calling him a true hero. Well, it was a close call in Rocky Hill this morning as a video shows a vehicle almost hitting a student while they were trying to get on the school bus. Police say this happened around 6 this morning on Rocky Hill Road. You see it there. Well, that car was heading toward Northampton. Investigators are now checking with the bus company for any more video and also having neighbors look at their cameras for any footage. Officers say this serves as a serious reminder drivers must slow down and stay alert, as this could have ended in tragedy. And officials in Rocky Hill worked quickly today after hundreds of gallons of diesel spilled into a parking lot. Luckily, cleanup crews have that situation under control, and authorities say there's no danger to the public or the nearby Connecticut River. Fox 61's Raven Blue takes us to the scene to show us how crews handled that mess.
I'm standing a few feet away from where diesel fuel spilled onto the asphalt of this parking lot. You can smell it in the air as cleanup crews work to make sure the area is safe.
A site truck for autumn transportation that they use to fill their school buses developed a leak while they were driving through the parking lot. The driver was unaware of it, and he continued to drive through the lot until someone noticed.
Officials say approximately 300 gallons of fuel spilled from a 1,500-gallon tanker truck. But while the spill is significant, there is no danger to the public.
It all landed on paved surfaces. The fire department got here quickly. They were able to contain it, so there's no threat to catch basins or to the river or to anybody's drinking water supply.
Officials say the responsible party has hired a company to clean up the spill.
They'll cover the spill with absorbent materials, and then they've got Bobcat sweepers. They'll sweep it all up. They'll excavate the contaminated area, and the remaining fuel in the leaking truck will be pumped out until the truck is empty and can't leak anymore.
Officials say the smell of the diesel was very strong in the heat, but the levels were not in a range that would be dangerous.
We have 4 gas meters running. Nothing's reached any hazardous levels. There's no danger of explosion or fire or anything of that with it. It's just simply a strong smell.
Now the Connecticut River is behind those trees in the back, and fortunately the spill did not reach it. In Rocky Hill, Raven Blue, Fox 61.